I want to get back to Trump's selection of Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt to head the EPA. Our next guest has sued the EPA multiple times, just like Scott Pruitt has sued the EPA. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Mr. Attorney General, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Sir, I think that the selection of Scott Pruitt at EPA is the most dramatic reversal of Obama policies in any area that we've seen thus far. What do you say?
Well, I say I could not be happier. I think it was a brilliant pick by Donald Trump. Couldn't be more thrilled. Scott Pruitt knows more about what the EPA is doing over the last 8 years, and I think he's going to make significant changes in how they're operating. So I couldn't be happier about this pick.
Are you surprised that Mr. Trump entertained Al Gore and DiCaprio, who are global, they're climate people? Are you surprised that he entertained them and talked to them and then picked a man who is considered a climate denier for EPA?
You know, no, I'm really not. I mean, what I've noticed about Donald Trump is he's open to talking to everybody, but ultimately seems like he's making some really good choices. This isn't his first good choice. We're very happy with Jeff Sessions being the next Attorney General. So, look, Donald Trump's doing a great job picking appointments.
Now, Texas is an energy state, and therefore the EPA has a huge impact on your state, right?
That's correct. We actually have sued, over the last 8 years, sued the EPA about 20 times. We've got over 12 pending cases going right now. So, you know, look, we've had huge problems with the EPA overreaching, stepping beyond their statutory authority. And what I like about Scott Pruitt is he understands these issues. He will know how to address this overreach by the EPA and balance the environmental issues with jobs, with costs of electricity.
Okay.
And energy.
10 states have taken in the majority of Syrian migrants in the past year. Texas, I believe, took in, I believe it's more than 7,000. But you don't want those refugees in your state. They're in, 7,000 of them. What are you going to do?
Well, so we actually sued the federal government. We didn't get very far with that. And so our governor, I think, has taken appropriate action and said, look, we're not going to be a part of a Syrian refugee program that doesn't inform us about who's coming into our state. So at the end of January, we're going to be out of that program. The federal government will continue to do the program, but we can't participate in a program that puts people at risk in our state.
So you're not going to take any more?
Well, we can't stop them from coming into the country. That's a federal, controlled program. So they're still going to be coming into our state, but we're not going to put our stamp of approval on this program when we can't ensure the safety of our citizens. But
Mr. Trump may well reverse the program anyway, right?
Well, we're hopeful and confident that he will. There's no benefit to our state in having potential terrorists come into our state.
One last one. Are you comfortable with all the generals and the business people who are now in Mr. Trump's cabinet?
You know, I really am. I look at them on an individual basis, and at least the ones that I'm going to be dealing with have been really super choices for my state, and I believe for the entire country. So, yeah, I'm excited. Look, I don't know all of his choices really well, but the ones that I'm familiar with, I've been really impressed with his decision-making on these choices.
All right, Ken Paxton, Attorney General of the great state of Texas. Thanks very much for joining us, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.